Good morning, everyone. I've got to change this camera layout because that is going to annoy me so bad. Okay. That's better. How is everyone today? I'm going to let everyone get in here and stuff before we get started. So, hello, Not Scares. JP's Reactions. How are you? It's been a while. Hope you're doing good. Hi, Treasure Woman. Thank you for coming in. Well, this is kind of, let me see if I can lower this some because that's a little high. Is that any better? I hope. Y'all let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to turn this off until we get started. Good morning, Butt Files. How are y'all? I'm doing okay, JP, day by day. Hi, Kevin. How are you? Hi, Florina. Good morning. Hi, Joanne. Oh, you're early this morning. I have been up for a long time. I'm glad you were able to find our channel. Just a couple of weeks now that we have changed over our channel. But luckily, when you type in What the Paranormal, it still comes up with our channel. So that's a good thing. If everyone will, please smash that like and share this out. I would appreciate it very much. Good morning, Jenny. Love you, woman. That is one of the admins on our page, Jenny Mod Goddess. The other one is Debbie McWaters. So if you see them in chat and you have questions or anything, you can ask either one of them and they can generally get you the answer. I actually was able to share everything out this morning and cook breakfast and everything, and I still had time to sit down and relax for a minute before the live stream started. Hi, John. Good morning. Happy birthday for yesterday. I hope you had a good day. Search my butt off for you and all the other fam on Twitter. Well, JP, I'm glad to see you. Have I followed you back on Twitter, or are you still on the same account? Good morning, Slim. How are you? Happy anniversary to you and my Twinkie for yesterday. I hope y'all had or were able to celebrate at least some. Oh, it was on the 6th, John? I thought it was yesterday. Man, I'm telling you, John, time's been flying by. Okay, JP, I will follow you when I'm done here. Are you Not Scares on there now too, or? I still love you too, John. But I have a lot going on right now, so my mind is not what it used to be. Actually, I think that's partly my age too, but we ain't gonna tell nobody that, so y'all keep that a secret. Okay, I will definitely get you, I will definitely subscribe to your channel and follow you back on social media. If y'all want to grab up Not Scares, this is JP. He's been around for a long time. He just was off social media for a little bit. So if y'all want to grab him up, his new channel, Not Scares. Thank you, John. We appreciate it. Need all we can get. Thank you, Slam. Good morning, Sarah. How are you? Sarah, you must be on your new account because you're not a mod on that one. Thank you, Florna, for doing that. I appreciate it. There is the link, and I'll definitely be grabbing it up as soon as this is done. You're fine, Sarah. I just wanted to make sure you knew that you were still a mod on the other channel, or I'm pretty sure you are. I thought I added you back. So today we're going to have a decent conversation, and it's something that's I've been thinking about for a while. But if you're here just for the conversation, then I will leave the timestamp down below, and you can surpass all the other stuff if you'd like to, because I always do a prayer list, a prayer, shout outs, and share any news that we have beforehand. So the timestamp for the live or the actual discussion will be down in the pinned comments down below afterwards. So, but today is my oldest daughter's birthday, and my Lord, she's 28 years old. Man, it makes me feel old. 28 today. Her name is Victoria. We call her Tori Bell. And it's also Kimberly Lemon's birthday. She comes in our chat a lot. It's her birthday as well today. I'm not going to give you her age, because we just don't do those kind of things around here. And then, since I'm not going to be on tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, we're just going to go ahead and knock out all the birthdays for this next few days, because we have a bunch in our family. So today is my oldest daughter Tori's birthday and Kim's birthday. Tomorrow is my youngest daughter's birthday, Layne. She'll be 24 tomorrow. It's also Laura Rollins' birthday tomorrow, and Ed Venture's birthday tomorrow. But it's also my brother's birthday tomorrow. Hi, Mystic. And no, there isn't a cross today. See, I'll even show you. No cross. Actually, there is. No, it's not in this room. Oh, yeah, there is. There's one right over there, but you can't see it. But it's my brother's birthday, too, tomorrow. And then the next day, the 14th, is my sister's birthday, Sarah. Oh, don't you be calling yourself old, John, because I'm older than you are. That's not right. And it's also Donnie's birthday from Epic Adventures with Double D on the 14th. And then on the 15th is Lynn's birthday. So we have a lot of birthdays coming up the next few days. I have made a lot of birthday pictures and stuff like that. So how can you have a 28-year-old when you're 24? Laugh out loud. It is. And I told my dad yesterday, I said, I can't keep saying I'm 29 if my daughter's catching up to me in age. So I'm going to have to go up a little bit. So like maybe 35-ish. Actually, I'm kind of grasping my age now. And I think that's all because of Layne and her boyfriend and their little girl and stuff. So it just makes me want to be my age. But yeah, Tori and Kim today, Layne, Laura, Ed, my brother Greg tomorrow, then my sister Sarah the next day, Donnie, and then Lynn the next day after that. So we're like boom, 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 boom. 135. What you talking about 135? You talking about my weight? I don't tell my weight either, Slam. But thank you. We are fabulous, Amy, at our age. Yes, we are. We are fabulous. I can't be with my oldest daughter right now. As a lot of you know that she is in rehab. So I can't be there today. I can go next Friday, but today's her birthday, so it I really wanted to be there today, but I can't do that. Uh, so next weekend we'll be going up and kind of celebrating with her, as much celebrating as we can do. Uh, so that's gonna be fun. I wish I could see her today. Hopefully she gets to call. Um, that would be awesome because then we can all just wish her a happy birthday. But yeah. But tomorrow is Layne's birthday, and we are. All she requested for her birthday was Cody to make his pizza, and so everybody got together and got all the stuff, and so Cody's gonna make Layne his homemade pizza for her birthday, and we're just gonna spend time together. So some of us are forever 14. Well, like I always say, hi treasure woman, how are you? Like I always say, I'm 46, but I act like I'm 18 still. However, my body feels like I'm 90 most of the time. Okay, JP, you have a good day. Thanks for coming in and catching up with us. But today we have on our prayer list, I'm going to go through that really quickly. And if anybody has any they want to add to it, you're more than welcome to. You can always message me, Twinkie, anybody that comes to our lives all the time. You can also message our admins for the channel, which is Jenny McGinnis, Mod Goddess, or Debbie McWaters. So on the prayer list, please continue to keep me and Cody in your prayers. We're still fighting to gather up the funds to get him into the wound clinic. And if you would like to make a donation to our GoFundMe, PayPal, or Cash App, those links are up. I don't know where I'm facing, up over there, somewhere in the pinned comment up top. But he was in a lot of pain last night and this morning, so I think he's feeling a little bit better right now. His medicine has kicked in some, so but we really need to get him there as quickly as possible. Us doing the wound care and stuff at home is getting very expensive, and we're depending on donations and what we make from YouTube, and that's not much what we make from YouTube. So if y'all will consider donating or sharing the post at least, and send lots of prayers. Also, prayers for my oldest daughter, Victoria. She's doing amazing. She is 5 months, almost 5 months sober. Is 5 months sober. And she still has 7.5 months to go in her rehab program. So it's going to be a long journey, long time away from her, but it's definitely going to be worth it. Continue prayers for my mom and dad. My dad's got a few health things going on that we're trying to get taken care of right now. So, but praise God, their air conditioner is in the process of getting fixed as we speak. So hopefully prayers, continue prayers that everything goes good and they get the person gets it fixed and they're good to go. So prayers for my Twinkie and her mom and dad and her whole entire family. Also prayers for Casey, who is off on vacation and traveling, so keep her in your prayers. Steph Layne, Debbie McWaters and her family, Melissa and Patrick. Patrick is still recovering from surgery. Him and Melissa both have some health problems right now, and so keep them both in your prayers. Shayna and Danny, Kimberly Adair with her health, and also pray for her brother because he is still missing, and they are still not able to locate where he's at. So continue prayers for all those that are searching and everything else. Prayers for Vodka Vamp. Lots of prayers for her. She definitely needs them, for her mom and for her whole entire family. Just continue to keep all of them in your prayers and love. Everyday Treasure and his family. For Charmaine and Aaliyah. For Ghost Mafia's family and friends. For Sarah Hardy. For Jen, from Eddie and Jen's vlogs and then some. Keep them in your prayers. Her especially, with testing she's got going on. For Sandra's dad, Andre, for his health. For Rob and Tammy, God knows why. Hi, Shayna. Love you. Why ain't it letting you chat? Because you're a mod on there. Nothing should have blocked you from chatting. I'll have to check into that, Shayna. I love you and welcome in. And you're very welcome for the prayers. For a friend of our family's, James, he was in a motorcycle accident. Continue to keep him in your prayers. He has had a lot of problems. And his health was really declining. I think now he's starting to do a little bit better, but he's got a long road of recovery coming. Also, all of our church kids that went to camp this week, my nephew included, Bubba, they are all coming back today, so keep them in your prayers. And lots of prayers for Wendy's son. God knows why. And she shares what she wants to in chat, but I won't share anything. God knows why he needs prayers, so continue to pray for him. All right, dear Heavenly Father, please hear our prayers for the sick members in our community and for all those in need. You know what those needs are. Show your mercy as you close wounds, cure illness, and make broken souls whole again. Thank you for the amazing people in this community who are constantly battling for those around them. Thank you for the people you have put in our path. We thank you for all that you do and all that you are. In your name, amen. It was on my end. God. Okay, there you are, Shayna. And I'll have to add Danny back as a mod too because he hasn't been in the chat for a bit, so I haven't added him back yet. So shout outs to all the people that have been helping with our GoFundMe, with donations, with just checking on us daily and seeing how we're doing, and just all the emotional support that we've been getting. We appreciate that. Yeah, I've been having trouble with people getting blocked that I've never blocked. So I had that trouble too, Slim. And so what I did was I just took everybody off as a mod and then started with the people that I trusted the most and that were family or really close friends. And then I just slowly added people on, and I haven't had any issues with that since then. But if I do ever have that problem again, I will start the same thing. I will just take everybody off and start over. Because that's ridiculous. When one of your mods is upset with somebody else, it's not their job to block that person from your chat. So we love you too, Jenny. Let's see. So all the shout outs for that is the Still One, Twinkie and Slim, George, Wendy, Sean, Joyanne, Vodka Vamp, E.T., Karen Wright, Cheryl with Courage, Christy, Sherry, Teresa, Keith, Troy, Debbie McWaters, Shayna Scotopia and Roadkill Review, Mads Entertainment, Player, Barrican and Jesse, Adam, Shane, and all of you that are praying and sending encouragement and trying to keep our spirits high, pretty much. That means a lot to us. Also, a huge shout out to my mom and dad, who have been absolutely amazing, and Lainey, Sky, and Danny, who have also been amazing. And thank you to Lala and Lucy, who have been helping shuttle us around when we don't have a way, or they're just here in general. And me and my mom have joined Lala's church, and it's an amazing church family, and it's been helping a lot. It's definitely been helping a lot. Me giving it to God and letting him decide what needs to be done is the best thing I ever could have done, because I was getting into a very dark depression, and now I see a light at the end of the tunnel where before I saw nothing. And so we're just taking it day by day, and we're letting God handle it. So also, we have 3 links down in the description below. One is for StreamYards, if you want to use StreamYards like we do, or if you have under 100 subscribers and you can't go live on YouTube, you can go live with StreamYards through your YouTube channel. And StreamYards is a great platform. We all use it. We all love it. And I won't use any other one. I've tried several of them, and I just don't like them. But if you sign up with our link down below for StreamYards, you get a $10 credit. So it's $25 to buy the Pro, which you can have 10 people up on your panel, or you can add your own backgrounds, your own banners, pictures, all that. This gives you $10 credit, so it would be like 15 for that first month. So that would be amazing. Also, there's a link down there for Prime, Amazon Prime Video. And if you use our link down below, you get 1 month free. And then if you decide that you want to continue using it and pay every month, then we get just a little bit of percentage off of that. It's not much, but hey, $30 or 30 days free of Prime Video. There's a lot of amazing shows on there. So it's definitely worth it just to try out and see if you like it. Also, we have Sticker Mule, and it's the only place we use for stickers. We absolutely love them. So if you have any of our stickers, that's where they came from. And I think they have amazing quality. They're decent prices. They're fast shipping. And we love using them. So if you use our Sticker Mule link down below, you're going to get a $10 credit. And they run stuff all the time. Like you can get 10 stickers for 99 cents. Or you can get, let's see, like 50 stickers for $5.99 or $9.99. You know, they always are running some kind of special. So, howdy, babe. There's Cody. So, yeah, if you want to use any of those links below, just make sure you use the link that's there with it. That way you can get the discount that's on there. Who wants some of these bacon? Oh, Mystic. You're going to be in the corner. Florida, I know he's a mob, but watch him. He's a troublemaker. So today, or here in a minute, we're going to be talking about something that and I do it too. So I'm not talking about anybody's channel in particular. I'm not talking about anything like that. We're just discussing because I've been thinking about this. So, it's like in the realm of media and entertainment, the public appetite for true crime stuff is just, it's on the rise. Like it's a lot bigger than it ever was. Kind of like when we first started doing paranormal, it was kind of, shallow water, but then 7 years later, we're at the deep end treading, and you just can't catch up because it's so saturated. And so nowadays, true crime is kind of getting a little saturated. But my question that I was having was, because I was thinking about the live I did the other day, and my niece and my nephew, Maddie and Bubba, they're always sending me cases that they want me to work on. They want me to do. And so with this case that Maddie sent me, it's about a little girl, and the more I watched the documentaries on it, the more I researched it, I was just so disgusted by this case. Like, it made me sick. And me and my mom and Layne and Sky watched a lot of it last night. We actually watched some of the court proceedings from it, where the actual story was being told on the stand. And all of us, we all were just like, man, that woman and the man just needs to be stabbed in the throat like 500 times. It was that bad. And so I started thinking about, like, what are we doing to the family members? Like, the family members of these victims. Like, are we, if that story's everywhere, because, once there's a big story, I try to find stories that aren't, going around a lot. Some of them I try to catch while they're going, you got to have the views and stuff like that. But I try to do ones that are more older, but like when there's 500 channels covering one story, one case, what are we doing to the family members of those people? Are we traumatizing them all over again? Are we opening up wounds that they've closed? Are we making them relive the nightmare over and over again? So my question was, how does the true crime in media and entertainment, how does it affect everyday people's, like positive and negative? So like, just like we did the other day, we did the good, the bad, the ugly. So that's kind of what we're going to discuss here today, and I want y'all's opinions on it too, because I mean, I wrote down some of my thoughts, of why it could be good, why it could be bad. Um, but I also want to know what you guys think. So, um, in movies and stuff, there's more and more people that are getting movie deals and book deals, and they're becoming famous. Even if they have to spend the rest of their life in prison, they're becoming famous for something that they did, a crime they did. So it's almost like they're getting rewarded for their crime, right? So like they're making money, they're going to be taken care of in prison. Their families are taken care of while they're in prison because they sold their rights to a movie or to a book or magazine articles or whatever, newspaper, because they do sell that stuff. So are we creating criminals by doing this? I think it's keeping the victims alive, but then the families have to relive that their loved one isn't here. Exactly, and that is hard. Um, I thought about that. I was like, well, the movies centered around it and the books and everything else, that's crediting the suspect, not the victim, right? So, and they're making money off of it, everything else. But I also feel like it's a good thing when people start telling these stories, because then people like me that really has no criminal background or anything like that, I can be watchful of stuff. I can be like, if I see something, the whole see something, say something, which is very dangerous if you ask me, because, if you say something at the wrong moment, then you're going to get you or the person killed. Um, but we have a more watchful eye. We are able to detect things a little easier. So like something that normally wouldn't look fishy to us now maybe would. And I'm sure they get a lot of false calls, to the 911 and stuff like that because of it. But it gives kind of warning signs. It gives you red flags to look for. Um, like if you're meeting somebody new or whatever. Does it give us, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I think it just gives us a more watchful eye, and we can maybe help somebody if they're in need, or we may know what to do if something happens to us that way. So we are made more aware, um, and we are given like things to look for, the red flags. So, and I think that helps in a way. It just definitely, it kind of helps you prepare for like a dangerous situation, because nowadays they're like around every corner. Right, Jenny, it definitely can be. So Another bad thing, I think, is like the names, the ages, backgrounds, family details of victims are often like just put out there for public consumption, right? And it can be overwhelming for the victims and their families um, because their most painful and intimate experience is shared with the entire world. And 9 times out of 10, it's done without their permission. I feel like I can sit here and say all day long, I don't think I'm hurting anyone. And don't get me wrong, I'm still going to continue to do true crime. I just want to know everyone else's thoughts on this. Like, because I think about stuff like that a lot. I sit and I just lay in bed a lot and I just think and ask myself questions. And then what do? The next day, I spend the whole entire day deep diving into the question that I had just so I can try to find answers. I'm always curious. And of course, this is Conversations with the Curious. So I was curious about this question. Just look how they put the first school shooting on the news and then made a movie, or Charles Manson, how he became famous for murdering. Yeah, right. You know, and that's another bad thing is they get a cult following. So that goes back to the point before of where they make money from it, they become famous. So all these people think, oh, well, if I didn't make anything out of my life myself, let me just go commit this crime or these crimes and become famous for it. I think we give them way too much credit, way too much publicity. I honestly feel like no court case should ever be on the news. It should never be covered for the public to view because that gives them the attention that they seek. And I just don't think they need it. But now, because social media and entertainment has just like completely taken over the world, then they have to show all this stuff because they have nothing else to show. So, and this to a lot of people is entertainment, even though it's actually people's lives. So, when people watch stories on here, like when we're doing the true crime videos, or when they watch a true crime movie, do they like detach themselves as to not even seeing these people as real people? They think they're characters. Is that why it makes it so easy for people to watch true crime or to watch these movies about them? Do they see them as just a character in another movie or another story? Is that how it's easier for people to watch? Because another question of mine is, why is it so easy for us to watch true crime and murder shows and all this? Why shouldn't it disgust us? And because a lot of people, they get off on this kind of stuff. I knew a woman who shot her fiance, was shot and killed, and I will never mention their names on YouTube. That happened in England near where I lived, and it was an isolated case. The man who caused it unlifed himself. Oh, wow. See, the sad thing is, I know a lot. That this town that we're in, I think it was cursed for a very long time. We had several murderers here. Um, Me and Cody were friends with and worked with a serial killer. We had no idea until the moment that they arrested her. Well, we kind of had a inkling about 24 hours before they arrested her, but uh, we knew her. We were in her house. I watched her kids. We knew her husband. We partied at their house. And she was a serial killer. She killed over 28 people. And we had no clue. And for some reason, she became very famous after it happened. And it was the media and the 5,000 people that covered the story that made that. So Hello, Amy, sweetheart. Did you see our news? 2 suitcases on Clifton Bridge with you. Oh, no, I did not see that. Oh, wow. That's crazy. We knew the killer. My parents invited him over for lunch a few times. He also shot his son, but he survived. But he will never be the same. Oh, I can imagine, Florina, that you don't live through a trauma like that and still be the same. There's no way. Okay, so there's definitely been like a boom in podcasts, documentaries, books, into some of the worst cases and crimes in history. Um, and the media borders on glorifying these criminals, and it definitely can lead to re-traumatization of the families. That's a given. Um, what I like to do on my channel is I don't like to victim shame, and I definitely don't um, blame the victims for anything, right? So you don't say, oh, well, if they weren't out that late at night or they weren't wearing those type of clothes, I'm sorry, you don't victim shame. So that's one thing I definitely try to do on my channel is not to victim shame or not blame the victims for anything that um, happened to them. And I am definitely one for a person who commits a crime to get the punishment they deserve. And 90% of the time, they do not get the punishment they deserve. I posted a link or a question up on my community tab asking people if they believe that criminals get the punishment that they deserve. You know, I am one for corporal punishment. Like, I think they should be murdered, tortured, whatever, in the same exact way they committed their crimes. I'm a huge advocate for that. But for us to victim shame or anything like that, any of the people who were murdered or attacked or whatever, even if they are still alive, there should never be a reason why a victim should be blamed for any of it. It does not matter how short you wear your skirt. It does not matter how drunk you were. Another human being with morals and ethics and everything else would leave that alone. They would not use that as a means to cause you harm. But true crime, when done right, um, it can be a virtue to the families. It can validate the victims. It could aid the families in the search for the victims, search for their attackers or killers, um, and it raises wider social awareness. So even though social media can be bad in some aspects of it, it also can be good because now you have a huge platform where you can share everything. Hello, Texas She-Devil. Amy, this is a new channel for you. I've been off a while due to cataracts. So this is our same channel. We have changed the name on it and we're not doing paranormal stuff. We are doing more true crime, exploration, stuff like that. So it's the same channel, just different name. But welcome in, and I hope everything went good with your cataracts. So Benita, okay. Thank you for telling me that because I was like, I don't remember this channel name. So Dusty. But I do think that the social media can help and true crime channels can help if they're done right. So I don't ever try to take on any new cases. Like, I know it's like as soon as the college deal where the 4 kids were killed, as soon as that happened, there was 5 million true crime episodes about that. I don't do that. I want to be able to spend several days researching. And like for the one that I did Wednesday, I researched that one for weeks before I posted anything about it. I wanted to have as much information as I could. I wanted to fact check. And I wanted to make sure that everything that I was saying was correct, right? I don't want to give information out there that's false, because then that doesn't do the victims any justice at all. And I'm sorry it's so yellowy in here. That's just it's my mom's room. It's the way it's the walls and everything else. So, and I don't have my ring light or anything with me. So I watched back the other live stream from the other day, and I was like, whoa, that is really yellow. So yeah, I like to fact check, and it really aggravates me. It angers me too when these channels come on and they give all this information, but they have no clue what they're talking about. Like, there is no reason. Sorry, y'all, I gotta fix this. There is no reason to put up a video when you have no clue what you're talking about. Like, none. And it's just annoying. I want to make sure that everything I give y'all is, to the best of my knowledge, correct info. And so I will definitely just know when I do a story, it's going to be fact checked as much as I can, and I researched it for a while. It's like, you're glowing. I know. See, I try to tell Rob and Batty and Donnie and all them that I'm the actual angel in this group, and they never listen to me. But see, like, you can see my halo glowing. I guarantee you Rob or somebody's going to be in here in a minute saying, bull crap. Okay, so also, so while it's true that a lot of the real life murders are often committed by people the victim knew, the fact may make it difficult for those who overconsume crime shows to trust people. So it can also lead people to like just completely shut themselves off from the world. Animated Rob, don't you come in here laughing, because that angel story could be true. Boy. Hi, Sandra. Love you. So, it can cause people to shut off from the world because they're so scared of all this. Like before, when we were kids, we heard about murderers. We heard, don't get in a vehicle with strangers, don't talk to strangers. We were scared to death of strangers. Well, most people were. Exactly, Jenny. See, it's scary out there. And people are worried because there is, like, you watch these true crime shows and you find out this guy was like the boy next door. She was the girl next door. Never got in any trouble, never had any problems. Her family was good. They went to church. They did everything. And they turned out to be a serial killer. Love you bunches too, Rob. And thank you for the prayers. I appreciate it. I'm scared of strangers. I think we all are now. And it's it's kind of like the horror genre, the horror movies made us scared of the boogeyman. Everything was the boogeyman. A shadow going across our wall at night, a car driving down the road and the light hitting the wall. It was always a boogeyman. Now, people that we meet, as soon as you see that first red flag, or as soon as you question anything about them, you're just like, oh, I bet they're a serial killer. I know some people that right now that I think are serial killers, and I know they probably ain't. I don't know that for sure, because apparently I'm not a good judge of character, because I already was friends with one serial killer. But I could tell you people right now that I would question. I could tell you some people on YouTube that I would question. None of y'all. None of y'all. Y'all are all okay. Except for Batty. I'm not so sure. No, I'm just kidding. Baddie's fun most of the time. But it's, I don't know, it really makes you question everybody. And it also, like, these women and men included, because let me tell you, there's just as many women out there that are crazy. Um, but it makes them hard to find that special connection with somebody because they can't trust them. And there is a huge lack of trust in the world today, like big time. I don't, I can't say I don't understand it, but because it's hard to trust people, I understand that. But is there that many people in this world that are serial killers or tapists, and I can't say that other word, um, or stuff like that, that you get so scared that you can't make a connection with anybody? So that's definitely a negative. So is here's my question to you: is true crime media? And this is all media, like Hollywood, social media, YouTube in general, because YouTube does have a huge, like almost cult following of true crime people, podcast, all that. Are they being ethical and empathetic to the victims, or are they glorifying the perpetrator, the suspects, the actual murderers? Because even, and again, I'll go back to the horror thing, even in horror movies, like my favorite character is Michael Myers. Um, and in the beginning, I was just like, run, run, run. Now, towards the end, I was more on his side. I was like, get him, get him, get him. That's not saying nothing bad about me, I hope. But uh, you kind of, um, you start to feel sorry for the person that committed the crime, even though you really don't want to. We all have hearts, we all have empathy, but I don't. I told you Batty would be here in a minute. Somebody texted him, didn't they? I said nothing about you, Bat Rican, at all. I am, yeah. I did nothing. But, so and I know not everybody is empathetic to the victims and the victims' families. Some of them are obsessed with the serial. Hi, Sandra. Sandra, how are you? Um, there's really, what did you say? I said Bat Rican is one of my favorite brothers, and he's really tall, and his hair is not gray, and he's really tall, and he's smart. That's it. That's all I said. So, uh, hi, Andre. Somehow I don't believe you should believe me. I am your trustworthy angel sister. See, look. Ah. How could you not believe me? I thought I was your best friend. That's just mean. But again, how these serial killers have such a cult following. Um, and people love them. To tell the case of the story, facts, media tends to exploit and use narratives to push other motives, like race and other. Agree. I definitely agree. Um, that media does spin the case to fit whatever they have on the docket at that time, whether it be gun control, stuff like that. I do agree with that completely. Um, Racism wouldn't be as bad as racism is if it wasn't for the media. I honestly believe that. Yes, they do. They marry them. They become pen pals with them, and then they fall in love with them. They know that this, say, we'll just use a fake example. This man murdered 10 women, and he's got thousands of women writing him letters wanting to become his girlfriend or wife or whatever. Then he finds one, marries them, and they continue to be married to him the whole time he's in prison. That makes no sense to me whatsoever at all. Like, what are you doing? He killed women, and you want to be with him. So that just shows that that person probably needs to be either behind bars or checked on, um, because they might have some dirty laundry too. Um, and we're constantly blaming the childhood or anything like that of the what do you call them? Suspects, the murderers. What do you call them? They will tell a story called the case of the missing Amy by Patrick. All they got to do is follow the trail of the Twinkie packages, and they'll be able to find me. I ain't worried one bit. Right, Sandra. Right, exactly. They that's another thing of victim shaming. Like blaming the person, saying that their lifestyle or whatever was the reason why they're dead. The perpetrator. Thank you. I'm gonna write that down because I'll forget. The perpetrator. I have to sound that one out. How are you doing, Andre? But like, I think there's benefits and there's also a negative side to true crime, and the benefits to me almost outweigh the negative. Um, I do, however, think that if you are going to tell the story, make sure you have your facts straight. Make sure you research it really well. Um, Hello, Ash. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. The Twinkies eater. Yes, we're definitely going to blame you, Batty. But, like, I just, you have so much going on with um, true crime now that you don't know who to trust and who not to trust. There's so many true crime people that I've watched, and so Heather Rich is one of them. She lived close by here. She was found here. We lived a block from her house. We have been out to the bridge where she was killed. Um, we have researched that from top to bottom, and I have watched many podcasts or listened to many podcasts and watched many videos of people doing that story, and they get it completely wrong. Like they don't fact check anything. Checked. They don't fact checked. They don't fact check anything, and so um, they're telling the story wrong. Yeah, this is definitely a no drama zone. Any drama that's here gets booted out because we don't do drama at all. We watch dramas. We don't do dramas. No eating Twinkies either. That is one rule here. And Bat Rican and Donnie always break it. That Rican, you are not new here. You are old as dirt. I mean, you've been here for a really long time. So what is y'all's opinion on it? Do you think social media is good with the true crime, or do you think it's bad with the true? And don't worry about offending me at all, because I'm still going to continue to do true crime. I'm just going to do it the best way I know how to, and the way I feel like it should be, the ethical and all that. I try to do it the way I would want somebody to do my family story, if there was one. So, and I have covered stories of a lot of things that happen in this town. Of course, you have to be a member to watch them, because um, I don't want that kind of all over everywhere, because I do still have to live here in town. But I did want to cover them, but I wanted to also respect their families and the cases. So um, I like how you were doing. Oh, thank you, Joyanne. I'm glad. They okay. I like it. Social media has its positive and negatives with true crime, and of course it's with any genre. When I was doing paranormal, that was a very negative environment. Um, but you had good things about it, which our community was always good. We never had a problem with drama or anything like that in our community, but the overall, it had its negatives and positives, and I think that's with any genre of YouTube or any social medias. There's always going to be a negative and a positive side to it. Okay, I like it. You just mad because I called you old. I love you, Batty. I miss you so much. Um, but yeah, I really wish more people would research. And I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but I researched for days and days on end. I watched several documentaries on it. Um, I read everything I can on it, and it's a bad story whenever every single one of them, there's something different in their videos. You know that nobody actually researched this stuff. Um, that happened to me when I did the pig farm killer. Uh, I watched several different videos, and all the videos I was watching, all of them were totally different. Oh, about true crime? I thought you said Twinkies. Oh, my Lord. But okay, so let me ask another question. If you are like highly addicted to watching true crime stuff, like um, you watch it all the time, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't watch any true crime, put a 2 in the chat. You need to get the facts right. For me, they say on the TV news that my uncle had a big criminal record and he didn't even have a parking ticket. Wow. Yeah, that's exactly. So, Sandra, I know you don't like want to get into all that, or you didn't, but maybe you really should like research that and do your own video of it, um, just to kind of clear his name a little bit. That Rick can step away from the Twinkie. So, Benita watches. I watch it once in a while. Okay. Bat Rican 3 was not an option. Put the Twinkies down so you can hear. I watch them all the time. And I'm not going to say I just watch them because of research, because we loved true crime stuff. There's a couple of podcasts that we listen to and a couple of channels on YouTube that we watch constantly. Me and Cody love just sitting and listening to them talk about the cases. However, even after I watch one of those videos, I go and do my own research. Because you can't always. Now, the one girl that we watch, she fact checks like crazy. Like, she always has where she got the info and everything on there. And she tends to talk to a lot of the family members because she's a bigger YouTuber. She can do that. I, however, cannot. So, I can't. I'm all in yellow. That Rican Twinkies don't go in your ears. That's hilarious. He probably got them all over him. Crumbs everywhere. I'm surprised they let you work around them expensive cars, Daddy, with your hands all sticky from the Twinkies. But I really do like how I do the true crime, mainly because I know that I have done everything possible to tell the victim's story. And a lot of times there's not anybody to tell the victim's story. They may have been a homeless prostitute. They may have been somebody that ran away from their home and didn't have a family anymore. So that's another good thing about this is you're getting their story out there. You're letting their voice be heard when they no longer have one. And so I like to tell those stories, especially when there's people that nobody else would know their story if you weren't telling it, right? You want to give them a voice. But I also want to make sure that everything I put out there is ethical and that I'm being empathetic to the victim and not the I wrote it down. The perpetrator. Thank you, Florna, for that, because I already forgot. I'm glad I wrote it down. Eats Twinkies while he's showering. Ew, soggy Twinkies. I was a soggy Twinkie the other day. I went out when it was pouring rain. I don't work on Fridays. 3-day weekend. Yay! I was wondering what you were doing here, Betty, because you were supposed to be working. I was fixing to call your boss and be like, hey, you got a really short guy that's got Twinkies in his both hands out there not doing nothing? Well, that's Batty, and he's supposed to be working. Fact checking is best when doing exactly, Jenny, exactly. I use the cream as soap. Ew, Batty, you're so nasty. Oh my. So that's another thing. Just another quick point before I close this out. Like talking about the ethical concerns and stuff is when these Hollywood filmmakers or the documentary people or whatever, they romanticize the perpetrator. So they want it to be a good looking actor to play that part, even though the guy was nasty. He could be 250 pounds, wear glasses, half bald, missing teeth, and they're going to put Brad Pitt playing him because they need people to watch it, you know. And so a lot of these, they portray the perpetrator as a goddess, in a sense. So people start to fall in love with the character. Who was it that played Jeffrey Dahmer? What was his name? Zac Efron, right? Is that who it was? Zac Efron? So many girls were in love with him because of all of his other movies. Thank you, Dusty. Love and hugs to you. Glad you came in. It was good to see you too. So all these women and teen girls were in love with him, so they fell in love with the character. Even though the character was a horrible person, they fall in love with the idea of it. And that creates, to me, the cult following. I think Hollywood and the entertainment industry really plays a huge part in the cult following. let's see. I think that's about all the reasons why I look for constitutional, even if they're guilty. You don't have to get attached to victims or criminal to want to understand case and motive. Investigate it best. Exactly. Um, Investigating them or researching them or anything like that does not mean you're taking the perpetrator side. Um, it just means that you're trying to get your facts straight. I agree with that. Hi, sis. Sorry I missed it. Having a rough day today. Oh, lots of prayers to you too, Gary. I love you, brother. And I'm sending you the biggest hug ever. And depending on how tall you are, please have a step stool there waiting. Because I want to hug your neck. And not like I hugged Bat Rican's neck. Because that's with my hands around his throat. God, I'm making myself. I'm like throwing red flags up left and right for y'all. Jeez, I promise y'all can trust me. I promise. It's just Batty. He gets under my skin. Oh, he's still here. Dang it. I didn't mean any of that, Batty, at all. I promise. But Gary, we are praying for you, and I appreciate all your prayers as well. They fall in love with the actor, not the person they are portraying. Exactly. Exactly. I love you, Batty. You're my friend. You're my best friend. But I have been on here for over my hour today. I think this was a great conversation. And you guys definitely helped me think about this. And I'm glad I was thinking about it because it gave me some stuff to research. But um, this is what I do whenever I have a question. I go and I research the crap out of it. And then I share it with y'all because, what else am I going to do with all that research? But to share it. Amy, not doing justice to yourself with Bat Rican love. I'm out. We love you, Gary. And I love all of you. So, guys, make sure y'all check out those 3 links down in the bottom if you want StreamYards or Amazon Prime Videos or Sticker Mule. Please use our links. That way you can get the discounts. You're going to get $10 credit on StreamYards if you join with us. You're going to get a month free off Amazon Prime Video for joining with us. And you're going to get a $10 credit on Sticker Mule if you join us. Tomorrow is Batty's 5-year anniversary on YouTube. So make sure you go over to his live stream tomorrow night and wish him a happy YouTube anniversary and show him lots of Batty love. Also, if you would like to help out with the GoFundMe or the PayPal or the Cash App, I know some of you don't like GoFundMe. We appreciate every little bit. Every bit helps. If you want us to get it now, PayPal and Cash App is best, but you can use the GoFundMe as well. Keep us in your prayers and lots of them. Keep them coming. And if you can't donate, we appreciate the prayers, and we also appreciate you sharing the links for us. Thank you, Animated. I appreciate that. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you all for being here. You always make my day better, and this gives me a break away from everyday stuff. So, I love you guys. You mean the world to us. We hope you know that, and we will see you on the next video. Mwah. Love y'all. Bye.